I call the Honourable Member Ian Lees-Galloway.
Goodness me, thank you very much, Mr Chair. Part 1 of the Trademarks, International Treaties and Enforcement Amendment Bill of course refers to amendments to the Trademarks Act of 2002 and specifically allows New Zealand to become party to a number of treaties, as has been outlined by previous speakers. Clause 5 refers specifically to the classification of trademarks by amending and repealing subsection 1 and substituting the following words: goods and services must be classified for the purpose of registration of a trademark according to the addition of the NIS classification in effect at the time of application of the trademark. The NIS classification of goods and services is in fact an agreement resulting from the diplomatic conference of 1957 in Nice, and as my colleague David Shearer said, is updated every 5 years. Given that it's been around for quite some time, New Zealand has actually been applying the principles of the Nice Treaty, and this is, I suppose, codifying that and formalising it in legislation. The classification is an authoritative classification of goods and services for use in registering trademarks and service marks. It is a list of 45 classes of goods and services, thousands of specific types in each class, which I won't be tempted to list, and detailed descriptions of most of those. It is currently in use. It's good to hear that. Good to see that Rahui Kartani's listening. Somebody is. It is currently in use in 148 countries. The advantages, of course, of using the NIS classification system is that national trademark officers have the ability to apply trademark applications in a coordinated manner with reference to that single classification system. Filing of trademarks thereby is greatly simplified, as the goods and services to which a given mark applies will be classified in the same way in all countries that have adopted the system. That the classification system exists in several languages also saves applicants a considerable amount of time in filing their work internationally. In January 2009, there were 83 signatories to the Nice Agreement, and these countries have officially adopted the classification system and apply it in the registration of trademarks. In addition, 65 non-member countries, 4 organisations in the International Bureau of the WIPO also use the Nice classification. So I'm guessing, not having been a member of the Select Committee, I'm guessing that currently we fall into one of those 65 non-member countries. And this allows us to move into being one of the member countries, and therefore, when the classification system is reviewed every 5 years, we will have much greater opportunity to have a say in the way that that classification system takes place. One of the other protocols which is being codified in this Part 1 is the Madrid Protocol, which provides a system that simplifies the procedures required for a trademark owner to protect their trademarks overseas. Joining the Madrid Protocol will provide New Zealand trademark owners with the possibility of having their trademarks protected overseas by filing one single application for registration of a trademark with the Intellectual Property Office of New Zealand, and designating one or more overseas countries who are also members of the Madrid Protocol where protection is sought. Overseas trademark owners would also be able to use the Madrid Protocol to protect their trademarks here in New Zealand, so it's a two-way process. Joining the Madrid Protocol would also simplify the subsequent management of overseas registered trademarks. It is possible to renew or record subsequent changes to the trademark registration in each country using the Madrid Protocol through a single procedural step rather than making a request directly in each country. The bill introduces amendments to the Trademark Act to facilitate the implementation of the international registration regime for trademarks under the Madrid Protocol, including providing for regulations to be made for the purposes of giving effect to New Zealand's obligations under the Madrid Protocol. And of course, finally, the third treaty which is being ratified is the Singapore Treaty, which other members have referred to. It aims to make national trademark registration systems more user-friendly and to reduce business compliance costs for the trademark owners. It does this through the simplification and international harmonisation of national registration procedures.
I call the honourable